Okay, so let's talk about the body mass, the BMI. First of all, what's the BMI stand for? Body mass index. Well, that sounds fancy. So, what is it? Who knows? What is the BMI? We know what it stands for, but what is it exactly?
Ratio of height to weight.
Well, that's no fair, you're a nurse.
Aww.
Did you guys hear it? Say it louder.
The ratio of height to weight.
Close. Ratio of what?
Weight to height?
Weight to height. There you go. That's it. In the metric system. So it's kilograms divided by meters squared. Which, since we're Americans, we don't know what the F that means. We have no clue. But you can go online and get a BMI calculator. There's also conversion factors, okay? So that's all it is weight to height. How much you weigh divided by how tall you are. Okay, so what's a normal BMI? Anyone know? 20 to 25. Dr. V is 21. Don't get jealous, I know. Don't hate me just because I'm beautiful. What's that commercial? Remember that commercial?
L'Oreal.
Don't hate me because I'm beautiful. Now, what's overweight?
26.
Anything over 25. Okay? Anything over 25. That's it. So, all the BMI is how much do you weigh divided by how tall you are. But there are other things that contribute to your health that the BMI doesn't include. Such as what? Other factors? Can you guys name a few?
Blood pressure.
No. Age.
Oh.
This one's really important. Age. Let's pretend you're a 45-year-old woman. Nick, you're a 45-year-old woman. Okay? Now listen. 45-year-old woman. Are you different than a 25-year-old woman?
Yes.
Yes, yes?
Yes.
I promise you, yes. Right? That skinny ass bitch eat whatever she wants. Beat her up. Because there's a difference. Now pay attention, this is important. Is there a difference between the 45-year-old version of you now versus the 25-year-old version of you back then?
Oh, yes.
Yes or yes?
Yes.
Absolutely yes. But question, aren't you the same person?
Yes.
No.
Weren't you the same person?
It's the same body.
Not really.
It's not even the same body. So write that down. You're not even the same person as your 25-year-old self. You can't eat the same way. You can't exercise it off. You better not think the same way, otherwise you're really screwed. If you're thinking like the way you did when you were 16, you're really messed up. Your life is a disaster. So you're not even close to being the same person. No cell in your body is still the same cell. I mean, it's all been replaced. So you're a totally different person. Okay, so your age. What else?
Heredity.
Yes, genetics. Some people say, Dr. Vuong, we're just all big boned. We're just husky people. We're Nordic. My family's Nordic. I did that one for Kara. But like, you know, genetics plays a very small role. Okay? We blow it way up too much. And I can do other talks on this. What else? What other factors? Gender. Tuesday group, someone said sex, and I was like, yes, please. So what she meant was gender. She means boys versus girls. Is there a difference between a boy and a girl?
Yes.
Absolutely, when it comes to weight loss. Who's experienced this? You decide to go on a weight loss diet challenge with your husband. That first week, you dropped 2 pounds, and he dropped 15 pounds. Who's experienced that before? That's right, so you get pissed off, so you kick him in the nads. Boom! And he swells up real big, gains 5 pounds, see? So gender plays a role. Now why? Why is there a difference between men and women in terms of weight loss?
Muscle mass.
Muscle!
Testosterone.
That's the big thing right there, muscle, right? Men generally, as a general rule, tend to be more muscular than women. Now, I've met a few women who are pretty muscular. Wouldn't want to mess with, right? Now, I don't know if you noticed, but I'm a little slender. I'm just saying, I'm a little slender, right? I'm a little small. I'm dainty. I'm like a butterfly. You don't want to hug me too hard, otherwise you'll have powder everywhere. You know what I mean? Don't hug me too hard. So So there's a difference between me and someone like Nick, who's a lot more muscular. Does that make sense? So if he and I were to have a weight loss challenge, he would win. It wouldn't even be close. Is that true? Mm-hmm. Totally true. Makes sense? Which also then leads to kind of your culture, right? Which is a little bit of your genetics, right? So Asians generally tend to be a little bit smaller people. Smaller bone, less muscular, you know, as a general rule. The Swedes are gigantic people. The Danish people are huge. You know, the Native Americans are oddly shaped too.
We are.
Yeah, we are. You guys have these little skinny arms and legs, and when you guys add the American diet to that, you just get fat all in the middle, right? So your culture, your history, your background is going to play a role in that. Is that true?
Yes.
Now remember this. Where do these factors account for your BMI?
I don't.
Nowhere. Nowhere. Okay? So, why the BMI then? Why do we use the BMI? Because it's a starting point. Does that make sense? As a general rule, this is a general rule, generally speaking, the heavier you are, what? Equals what? The higher your BMI, the sicker you're going to be. Yes? The heavier you are, generally speaking, the sicker you are. Now, some people go, well, Doc, I'm 400 pounds, but I don't have diabetes. I don't have high blood pressure. What's the answer to that?
Yeah.
Not yet, you don't. But you will eventually. Is that true?
Yes.
It'll just take its toll, but you'll get there. You just wait. As a general, so typically speaking, if someone has a BMI of, I'll say 50, they're going to be sicker than somebody else whose BMI is 30. Is that true?
Yes.
Generally speaking. Now, BMI of 30 is not skinny. They're still obese. They're still overweight, right? Got it? Some people might argue with this, but I promise you, almost every study has shown this. But I can say for a fact, this is true. If your BMI is 50, you are sicker than if your BMI was 30. Let's take it down to the real stuff. Let's quit comparing ourselves to other people. The reality is you shouldn't be a BMI of 50. I guarantee you, you are sicker than if your BMI was 30. Not skinny, you're still overweight, but you'll still be healthier. Is that true?
Yes.
And that's why we use the BMI chart, right? Because as a general, that's the case. But it doesn't apply, it doesn't include all this other stuff. Okay? So, I'm going to tell you why. Y'all got that?
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you why this is important to understand after surgery. So, after surgery, your doctors, your PCP, your surgeons look at your BMI, which is what? Weight divided by height. Now, question. After surgery, after weight loss surgery, has your height changed?
No.
You still lying about how tall you are? Come on now. So this is the same, yes?
Yes.
If anything, you're shorter. You're like, I'm getting older. But your height's still the same. Now, we are obsessed with the scale. Is that true?
Yes.
We weigh ourselves every single day, once a week, whatever works for you. And you say, damn it, why won't it move? Is that true? So after surgery, will your weight, will you have points where it stays the same? Yes or yes?
Yes.
Will you have plateaus?
Yes.
Yes or yes? So there will be times when it stays the same, plateaus, etc. So if your weight stays the same, your height stayed the same, what happened to your BMI? Same. But here's the thing. But Dr. Vuong, I've dropped 2 pant sizes. You got me? I dropped 2 pant sizes, Dr. V, but this is all the same. Decreasing inches. Dr. Vuong, I went from 100 units of insulin and now I'm off all my insulin. But my BMI is still the same, Dr. V. Got it? Dr. Vuong, my CPAP's gone, but my weight stayed the same. Dr. Vuong, I've got more energy, I can play with my kids. Does that make sense? Dr. Vuong, first time I've worn a bathing suit. Makes sense? So after surgery, we have to understand the role of the BMI, but we need to know that it's not the end-all be-all for your success, right? So we need different success metrics. Got it? And if you can understand this, and if you start documenting this sort of stuff, NSVs, dinners, hiking, exercise, zip lines, airplane travel, all that stuff, you're gonna be much happier. Does that make sense? Okay. So, if weight is not the best thing for us, so weight loss is not your best, what should we do? Dr. Vuong, the answer? In our clinic, in my clinic, we're much more obsessed with your fat loss, clothing sizes, etc. We know that fat loss will increase your health. One of the major problems, one of the major knocks on weight loss surgery is that after surgery, patients lose muscle mass. And I go, well, duh. That's what it means to be catabolic, right? And I did a video on catabolism, like that's what it means to be catabolic. It's the opposite of what Arnold Schwarzenegger does. He's anabolic steroids. He's trying to pump up big. You guys, after you have weight loss surgery, you're gonna lose muscle mass. Write this down, temporarily. Temporarily, I'll get you sexy later. Okay, so muscle loss is temporary. Don't worry about that. Okay, so what we focus on more is fat loss, Inches Girls. So you need to look up the Inches Girls video, right? Now how do you measure fat loss? Some old ways are things like water dunking, not Dunkin' Donuts, dunking, like they'll submerge you. They'll do calipers where they pinch your fat with these little instruments, try to figure out how your fat percentage, but those aren't great, right? So we have newer technology now. We have something, we have it in our clinic, we just got it, the Bioimpedance Machine.
Shoots electricity.
And this, and there's also a DEXA machine, which we're not going to get a DEXA. But we have the bioimpedance machine. And what this does is it really measures your muscle to fat ratio. And what that allows us to do is then to direct your diet and exercise. It tells us where you're losing fat, where you're losing muscle. We can tell them to target your diet a certain way. Maybe you need to be more ketogenic or more lower carbs. Maybe you need a little bit more fats. Maybe you need to quit doing squats. You should do something else, etc., right? So this is an amazing machine. We're gonna get this up and running in a couple months. The other one is 3D scanner. So this will probably be 2 years away for us. It's in our capital budget. It's a scanner. You stand on this little platform and you put your arms out and it spins you around in a circle. And it has a computer that reduplicates your body. So then you have an image of your body projected on a computer screen, an avatar. And don't worry guys, we'll make everything look large. You'll be like, yeah, all right, everyone will look the same. So you'll be able to see where your fat rolls are on the back, because you know they're there, but you can't see them. And then the next time you have a 3D scanner, you can see overlap it, and you can see how those rolls have shrunken or moved or shifted. Make sense? So it gives us a bigger, better overall picture for your success. Cool?
Yes.
Sound good to everybody?
Yep.
All right. So the Dr. V BMI take. I want you to remember about this, okay? BMI is nothing but your weight divided by your height. Your BMI says nothing about what a good mother you are. It says nothing about what a good daughter you are or son. It doesn't say what a good worker you are, what a good humanitarian you are, how kind you are, how spiritual you are, how kind you are to animals, how you cross the road to help the old person, how you hold doors for people. Does that make sense? And we forget that. Because I want to tell you something, man. There's no point in this surgery in my mind if you're skinny and you're an asshole. There's no point. It's the truth. There's no point if you're skinny and you're still unhappy and you're still stressed out and you're still miserable and you're still not achieving and doing the things that you know you're meant to do. Does that make sense? So it's only a measurement. Just don't lose focus of the bigger picture. Sound good?
Yeah.
Cool?
Yeah.
All right.